Michael Allio dropped a Monday's episode of The Bachelorette as he left Katie Thurston to be with his son James before the men tell-all portion. The 36-year-old business owner from Akron, Ohio, said in a confessional that he missed his son like crazy, but that he wouldn't be there if the payoff wasn't massive for James and potentially life-changing. Michael during a video call told his son he was on a work trip, but his son didn't seem to believe him. Instead, James told him that he knew what the problem was and said, "Maybe Daddy left because he don't want to see me." The comment clearly crushed Michael, who assured James that wasn't the case, and he started crying after the call. "I miss him so much," Michael said before hugging a crew member who came into the room. "It's breaking me that I'm here when he is thinking that," Michael said in a confessional. "We've gone through everything together. To go through losing a mother, I don't want him to ever think that that's not enough. It's a lot," Michael added, referencing his late wife who died of breast cancer in 2019. Michael admitted that he felt conflicted, guilty and selfish, and said he knew the show would be painful, but that when it starts to affect my son, that's when everything changes. He went straight to see Katie Thurston, 30, in her room. He told her that their one-on-one date was the greatest, but that something happened that kind of changes things for me. Michael told her about how he was FaceTiming with his son and how James asked him why he didn't want to see him anymore. "I can't focus on anything else," Michael said as he told Katie that he needed to leave. Katie started crying and said, "I'm sorry, I just did not see that coming." She shared that she saw them going to the end and Michael apologized and said he had to leave with all the what-ifs. "I'm not leaving because of us, I'm leaving because my son needs his dad," he told her. "I promise you." Katie realized it would be selfish of her to beg him to stay. "I just know that is not an option," she admitted. Michael told her they just ran out of time and that she taught him how to love again. As the two hugged, their microphones picked up their beating heartbeats. Michael then walked down the hall rubbing his eyes, and Katie broke down crying in her room. Michael zipped up his bags, got into a waiting car and left. "It's hard because we were so close to the end, it just doesn't feel right," Katie said to the camera. Earlier in the episode, Katie discussed the upcoming hometown dates with co-host Shia Adams, 30. "I feel so confident about these final 4 guys," Katie said. "I still need to figure out my relationships. Yes, I am falling in love, but I haven't admitted to anyone that I'm in love with them." "Are you scared?" Shia asked. "My perspective on that is if you feel it, say it." Katie said she never made it to a hometown, so she didn't know what to expect. Shia gave her advice that meeting someone's family could really be a game changer. Katie told her she was most nervous about meeting Michael's parents. "I feel so strongly about him that I want their approval," she said. "By choosing Michael, the first actually become an instant mom, and that is something that is really exciting for me. Has built something already and all he is missing is me," Katie told Shia. From there, the 2-hour show then went straight into the men's tell-all portion. Shia and co-host Kaitlyn Bristowe, 36, hosted the sit-down with the men. The men in front of a live studio audience were asked about their first impressions of Katie. Trey Cooper, 30, a software engineer from Covington, Georgia, said his first impressions of Katie was that she has positive energy and was excited. Connor Brennan, 29, a math teacher from Columbia, Illinois, said he fully blacked out from nerves. He said it helped that he was in a catsuit. Connor said the outfit was high risk but also high reward. Shia and Caitlyn later brought Connor up to sit in the hot seat. They showed the video of Katie telling him that there wasn't a spark between them and that when they kissed there was something missing. Connor said it was tough to watch those clips. He said he didn't think there was anything he could have done differently. Caitlyn asked him if he had ever been told that he wasn't a good kisser before, and Connor used a pillow to cover his face. Connor said he went back home and texted 2 or 3 people he kissed in the past to ask them. He asked them if he was a trash kisser. Connor said his ex told him that he was a good kisser. Just then a woman stood up from the audience and told Connor that she watched him on the show and that he was absolutely adorable. "I know that you can't be a bad kisser," the woman said. The other men started chanting, "Let's find out." Connor got out of his seat and walked over to the woman, who by then had come on stage. In a second, they were kissing. Caitlyn and Shia told the woman that was a bold move and asked her to rate the kiss from 1 to 10, and she told them it was an 11. Connor admitted he had been checking her out earlier in the show and thought she was really cute. They kissed again and then Connor reached for a rose on the table and handed it to her and said, "Will you accept this rose?" The woman took his rose and Connor told her that he wanted her number. Caitlyn and Shia were stunned and didn't know what to do, as Caitlyn said it was one of the most romantic dates in Bachelor history. Jason Tartick, 32, also came out as Caitlyn's special guest and they played a clip of him proposing to her. Jason surprised Caitlyn by proposing to her while taping her Off the Vine podcast. He told her that forever was forever as Caitlyn screamed, "I can't breathe," and then she yelled gibberish when she saw the ring. Katie then came out and had a reunion with Michael, who told Katie that he didn't want to leave. Caitlyn told Katie that Michael said earlier that he was still open to rekindling his romance with Katie. Katie said she had nothing but love and respect for Michael, but that she had to continue to move forward and couldn't dwell on the past. "I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason," said Katie. The hosts then asked Michael if he had anything he wanted to say. He told her he wished nothing but the best for her and that he knew that she would be an incredible wife for someone. Said he also learned a lot on this show and being on the show will help him grow for his next relationship. Aaron Clancy, 28, told Katie that he knew his journey got shrouded in conflict, but he wanted her to know that he always had her best interests at heart. "Thanks Thomas," Katie mistakenly called Aaron. "That's my mortal enemy," Aaron said, referencing Thomas Jacobs, who many of the men believed was on the show for the wrong reasons. Connor then got up to play another song he wrote. He said while he didn't win her heart, he made 30 new friends, and saying that the guys on the season got him believing in bromance. Thomas, 28, did not show in person for the show, but he did appear via video chat. He said his biggest regret was inserting any uncertainty into Katie's journey to find love. He said his actions ended up taking away attention from a lot of amazing guys. "I just want to say that I am so sorry for that," Thomas said. Katie said she let him go because Thomas didn't seem genuine. Thomas told her that he saw something great in Katie. Katie told him that it was unfortunate the way things played out and handled. She apologized to him if this caused him any pain and that she wished nothing but the best for him. The show ended with some bloopers and with Caitlyn asking Katie if she had any regrets. Katie told her that she was ultimately happy with how things turned out. "Ultimately, I don't," Katie said. "I don't have any regrets." The Bachelorette will return next week with hometown dates followed by the season finale on August 9.